Okay, so now we'll move on to the next part of our lesson. We are going to learn how to find the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix where it exists. Okay, so basically, previously in F1, you have learned how to find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. So to find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix, for example, we'll just quickly remind you. So how did we find it? We found the determinant of the matrix and we wrote A inverse is equal to 1 over determinant A, and the main diagonal, you can see the elements are switched. AD is switched. And in the other diagonal, the elements are, the signs are switched. The elements are not switched, but the signs are switched. That's how we got the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. So, but when it comes to a 3 by 3 matrix, the inverse is going to be, there's a lot of steps involved. Okay, so we will learn each and every step of how to find the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, so first there are some terminologies that I want you to know. The first thing is, I think you remember here, if the determinant of the matrix is 0, the matrix is singular. And as you cannot divide by 0, you cannot find the inverse. You know about that, right? Singular matrices, determinant is 0, the inverse matrix doesn't exist. Okay, and then the next one, when the inverse matrix exists, if you multiply the matrix with its own inverse, what do you get? You get the identity matrix. You remember this is something you learn in F1. So A into A inverse or A inverse into A is I. And then the other one is, these are some important words you should know. The minor of an element. The minor of an element of a 3 by 3 matrix is the determinant of the elements which remain when the row and column containing the element is crossed out. You see what they're talking here. The minor of an element. Now let's say I have a 3 by 3 matrix here. 3, 1, 0, 5, 2, 3, 1, 5, 6. I'm just writing out. Let's say I want to get the minor of this element 5. The one I colored. How do I get the minor of this element 5? What do they ask you to do? The minor of an element of a 3 by 3 matrix is the determinant of the elements which remain when the row and the column containing the element are crossed out. So cross out the row and the column containing 5. So when I cross this out, what's remaining? 3, 0, 5, 3. So you have to get the determinant, right? The determinant of the elements which remain. So this is what? The determinant of this, when I cross out the row and column containing 5, I get the minor of the element of the minor of this element 5. Okay. So we need to know about this because we will be using this a lot when we are finding the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix. So you need to know what I mean when I say to get the minor. So if I ask you to get the minor of a certain element, it means you get the determinant by excluding the row and column. Okay, so example, let's say I want to get the minor of this element 3. How do you get the minor of this element? Cross out the row and column containing 3. What's remaining then? 3, 1, 1, 5. Basically, this is not it. You have to get the determinant. I just wrote 3 times 5 is 15 minus 1 times. Even the previous one, I didn't do this, but you had to do it. So 3 times 5, 15 minus 1. The minor is 14. Do you see? Okay, so this is what we mean by getting the minor of an element in the 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, then, so let's actually go to the real steps now, shall we? So there are, you can see here, there's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Yeah, so we have 5 steps. There are 5 steps involved in finding the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, shall we start? Okay, the first one is finding the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix. Step 1. Find the determinant of A. Determinant of A, det A. So that you all know how to find the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix, right? There's no problem with that. The next one, step 2, form the matrix of the minors of A. Can you see? Matrix of minors. Right now, I just gave you the idea what I meant by matrix of minors, right? So what you do here is you have to make not just a minor for one element. You have to get the minor for all the 9 elements. Okay, there's a 3 by 3 matrix, which means there are 9 elements. So you have to get the matrix of minors for all the 9 elements. Okay, I'll show you that from an example. The next one, after you get from the matrix of minors, form the matrix of cofactors by changing the signs of some elements of the matrix of minors according to the rule of alternating signs illustrated by this pattern. Okay, so I think best thing what I do here is I'll show this to you from an example. Okay, so I will write all these. We'll take the first question here. So we'll take the first question here and do it. The first one is 1 0 0 0 2 1 1 0 0 0 2 1 1, 0, 2. Can you all please verify whether this is the question? 0, 1, 2. Okay, let's say this is our matrix A. What's our task? What's the task? Find A inverse. Okay, what's step 1? Step 1 is to find the determinant of A. Shall we find it? So you put plus, minus, plus, right? And shall we get the determinant 1 times? Get the remove the row and column with 1. I get 2, 1, 1, 2. Do I need to go with the others? No, the other two elements are zeros. So I get here 1 times 1 into 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 times 1 is 1. I get here 1 into 3, 4 minus 1 is 3. Determinant of A is 3. Do you agree? Okay, next step. Now step 2 is the one that's a little bit new for y'all. They ask you to what? Form the matrix of what? Minus. You have to form the matrix of minus, shall we? Okay, so let's form the matrix of minus. Start with each element. You have to get the matrix of minus for each element. Okay. So get each element, remove the row and column. So when I remove the row and column with 1, what do I get here? 2, 1, 1, 2. Do you see it? I remove the row and column with 1 because I do it for every element. I get here 2, 1, 1, 2. Do you agree? Write it 2, 1, 1, 2. This is the first element. Next one, remove the row and column with the 0. What do you get? 0, 0, 1, 2. Do you see? That's the second element. Third element, remove the row and column with 0 again. What do you get? 0, 0, 2, 1. Do you agree? Okay, keep going. Next one. Remove the row and column with the 0 here. What's happening? 0, 1, 0, 2. Agreed? The next one, remove the row and column with 2. What's happening? 1, 0, 0, 2. The next one, again remove the row and column with the 1 here. What happens? 1, 0, 0, 1. Last row. Remove the row and column with the 0. 0, 2, 0, 1. The next one. Remove the row and column with 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. Agreed? One, 0, 0, 2. So this is the matrix of minus. Do you understand what's going on? Yeah, you have to get the determinant. You don't actually need to write this matrix if you could do it immediately. Okay. So what is it? Directly get the answer. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. Next one. 0 into 2 is 0. Minus 0 into 1 is 0. Next one. 0 into 1 is 0. 0 into 2 is 0. 0 into 2 is 0. 1 into 0 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. Minus 0. That's 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Minus 0. 0 into 1 is 0. 2 into 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 0 minus 0. 1 times 2 is 2. Do you see? This is the matrix of minus. Agreed? Step number 3. Form the matrix of from the matrix of minus, form the matrix of cofactors. So step 3. Matrix of cofactors. How do we get the matrix of cofactors? Basically, they ask you to give the alternating sign rule. Do you see this alternating sign rule? The first element is assigned the plus sign. Second element is assigned the minus. The next one plus. Again minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Do you see? You just write the matrix of minus and then just assign these plus, minus, plus along the matrix that you obtain. So I get here 3, 0, 0, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, right? Shall we give the signs? This is plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. You see? Signs are signs. So now write it nicely. 3 minus 0 is of course 0. Minus 0 is still 0. 2 minus 1. That's a change there. 0 again a change here. Minus 1 plus 2. Agreed? So this is the matrix of cofactors. Agreed? This is step number 3. Then next one, step 4. Write down the transpose of C. The matrix of cofactors. C transpose. Step 4. C transpose. Basically, exchange the row and column. 3, 0, 0. 3, 0, 0, 0, 2 minus 1. 0 minus 1, 2. Agreed? This is okay. Step 4. The last one, step 5. You don't need to write these steps when you're doing, but for the initial sum, you can write down. Then step 5, the inverse of the matrix A is given by the formula A inverse equals 1 over determinant A into C transpose. Okay. So we found determinant A already as 3. So A inverse equals the last step. Is 1 over determinant of A into C transpose. So 1 over determinant of A was 3, right? C transpose is 3, 0, 0, 0, 2 minus 1, 0 minus 1, 2. You can multiply the 1 over 3. 1 over 3 into 3 is 1, 0, 0, 0, 2 into 1 over 3 is 2 over 3 minus 1 over 3, 0 minus 1 over 3, 2 over 3. Yeah, so this is the 8 inverse. This is okay. You could actually, also get the answer from your calculator just to check it. Okay. Yeah, 3 by 3 matrix also you can get the answer from the cal. Let's do that as well. But you need to know how to do this manually. Okay. You can just check your answer. Matrix. So matrix A. I have selected number of rows 3 rows, number of columns 3. So we'll give the initial matrix. Who is the initial matrix? Yeah, A is 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. Then to find the inverse option, okay, so we go to third one, matrix A is already stored, and inverse. So to get the inverse, we type this. Can you see? This x minus 1, the power, and give mat inverse, and you get the answer here. 0.666 is 2 over 3. Can you see? Okay. Can you see it's the same answer, even though the calculator displays you as 0.666, it's when you take the cursor on top of it, it shows you 2 over 3. Minus 1 over 3. Can you see? Minus 1 over 3. 2 over 3. You take it on top, it shows you. But on the screen, you can see the display as the recurring figures. But you should use the exact values. Okay. So anyway, you need to know how to do this manually, not by using the calculator, because you will get questions in the exam by using letters. Then you can't depend on the calculator. Okay, so they might say solutions relying entirely on calculator technology are not acceptable. So then in that case, if you do it with the calculator, you will not get marks, but you can use it to check if you have the time. Okay, so anyway, you need to learn how to find the matrix of a 3 by 3 matrix by performing all these stages. Okay, so that is what you need to learn here. Okay, is it clear how I got the determinant, how I got the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix?